Hi guys, back again. Just a quickie really. Well, I think quickie. I often call it that and they turn out to be 10 times longer. Since I put the new chuck on, I haven't made any jaw guards yet. They're not really soft jaws as such, they're jaw guards. And I made some for the other chucks out of soft aluminum, but I've found I've got some copper sheet. I forget where it came from actually. It's nice annealed copper. I forget what gauge it is. I've cut a slice off. It's probably about 24 gauge, 26, pretty thin. So I'm going to use that instead. So I did cover the other ones when I videoed. They're not really that exciting, but I thought I'd just video these, seeing as they're copper and on a different chuck. What I've done is done some measuring up here for the chuck jaws, and as usual I want to go inside so I get the full length of the jaw covered. And I've just re-oiled this chuck. Keep a good film of oil over it. The temperature is ridiculous. It's about mid-60s and mega humid, which quite a lot of you may have also had to experience, not to mention all the serious weather. I hope you all down in the south and southeast are okay. It's been pretty bad, but of course everything sweats. The temperature of big chunks of metal doesn't catch up with the environment temperature and things sweat, so I've had to go around checking and wiping and oiling, but even so some things get forgotten and you find they've got a bit of flash rust. Anyway, let me get in close. I'll just show you roughly what I'm doing in case it works. Well, from the measurements I'm 3 inches this way. This is the outside of the jaw, that's inside, and I've marked up here to cut out there for this little bit that'll go on to the inside end of the jaw. This distance here is nominally the projecting length of the jaw, and then this area, which we will snip in situ, will hopefully give me the tabs to bend over the end and side of the jaw, so to speak. We'll see if it works out. I'm taking a chance. I've marked all three up, because if the first one reasonably works, I don't want to have to try and guess for another. This is a pretty old copper actually. See how tarnished that side is? Not that it matters. So I'm going to cut these out. That centre line is just for guidance, and I'm hoping I can just beat the stuff round, put a piece of work in and beat it round. So I'll get these cut out. And I'm only cutting with scissors, which makes this stuff curl, but by the way, I'm not using the radio mic today. Decided not to bother to set it up. Just flattening a little bit. It's not going to work hard and much. So I'll go over to the lathe and see what we can do over there. I think there's going to be a severe case of hands in the way here. Having made the relief for what goes right through to the back of the jaw, I've placed the sheet and try and just get it formed roughly, and same round here. Now we've got to work out the cutout here, so we'll make some marks inside and work out. We're only going to get small tabs here, which I think will be enough. So I've got to mark up in situ. I've just put some extra lighting on actually. Not sure whether it helps or hinders. Yeah, so I've marked here and a mark here either side, projecting the edge, that edge of a jaw. These tabs are going to be rather small. I could have made it a bit wider, but anyway, they've only got to be small. And then we'll cut away that's square, nearly square. And then this might be a bit generous, but we'll probably, using a approximate centre line, we'll make a V cut so that then these two tabs can bend up. We'll see how it goes. This is the first one, of course. Let's see how we go here. A lot of guesswork. We have to finish these tabs, get some other material to, can't see anything at the moment. This V was totally guesstimated. We can probably snip those retrospectively, not that it matters very much. Just find something to bed those a bit. Alright, just trying a small Allen wrench. These might need relieving slightly because they may get in the way. And this is springing quite a bit. So I'll probably just snip across the top of that. I would have needed a much larger V actually. Actually, that needs to go in the other way, I suspect. Of course, this material is decidedly soft, so I think we'll do a little bit of tweaking with that and then put it back in. Now, a very basic trim here. Very basic. As I say, these tabs could actually have done with being just a little bigger, but the main thing is that when you put the things in, that they stay put. So I take that lump out, actually holding a little bit on the tabs there. That's what it is, just holding on the tabs. So I've got to just separate that a little bit and pull it out. There it is, crude as hell. But I mean, the important thing is that you've got this area for protection. push it into place and it stays put. That's the main thing, it doesn't drop off. I'll try and get the others done to show you the final result such as it is. Right, well these are pretty crude. I should have probably made them a bit wider so I could get bigger tabs, but in fact as long as that little tab holds it won't drop off. I might snip some corners to tidy them up, but in essence I think they're good to go. What I could do is actually solder an extra tab on these bits later if I decide it's necessary, but I don't think it'll be necessary really. I'll probably try them out and see how well it works. But the prerequisite of course is that the damn things don't fall out when you put your gear in. That's the prime concern. You could probably tidy up these edges a bit. Anyway, there you are. That is almost literally a quickie. I think the copper's slightly easier to use than the aluminum, but either way they're there for those occasions when you've got to protect your material. I think we're more or less there. Although this is soft material, of course there's a little bit of spring in it. I won't worry about that. Alright, there you are guys. It's only a repetition really of the other ones I did, but using copper. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.